Today in the show, it's time for a good old Q&A video because I disappeared for another month while working on other projects. One of them is going to be out in like a month or two, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it. Been working super hard on it. Can't wait. But for now, let's get into today's video. Alexander Smith says, what is your favorite design for every Robin? So my favorite design for Tim Drake is his red and black suit. I think that's like a really fucking good design. I also think like his new 52 suit is just really good as well. Like, as much as I have problems with the new 52, his new 52 suit is ace. Actually, to be fair, I kind of like all of Tim Drake's outfits, other than his latest one where he's just called Drake. I have several issues with that. Damien, I enjoy his initial outfit when he first becomes Robin. I thought that was really great. That run in general was just really great. Like, we had Dick Grayson as Batman wearing the bat briefs, and they looked so good. And people were always coming at me being like, why are you obsessed with the briefs? Because they can look good. That is proof that the briefs look good. They don't look goofy, they look good. They can look different and they can make people go, oh, that's a bit different. But just because something's a bit different doesn't mean it looks bad. And the bat briefs look so good on Dick Grayson. Speaking of Dick Grayson, nothing beats his Nightwing butt suit. Come on. Jason Todd, I don't really have a favorite outfit, so I'm just gonna put a picture of a scene where he's shirtless right here. Stephanie Brown, I have to say, I really do enjoy her costume as Robin. I genuinely think that was a really good costume, and I wish she would become Robin again, even temporarily, because I really did enjoy that. Violet Star says, why do you change your hairstyle / color so much? I genuinely don't think I do. I think I only change it about twice a year. Like, I've had black hair now since September, and before that I had the long blonde hair since January. It's twice this year. Prior to that, it was just long brown hair all of last year because I was just letting it grow out. I don't really change it that much, and even back in the day, I didn't change it that often. It's just because people never really watched me consistently that they would eventually come back to one of my videos and then I'd have a different hairstyle or color. So I don't change it that often. It's just that I change it quite a lot in comparison to most people that are male presenting, but because I'm masculine presenting, and then people are like, wait, I'm not used to seeing someone masculine presenting change their hair this much, they perceive it to be a lot more than it really is. If I was more feminine presenting in a more obvious way, me changing my hair as much as I do wouldn't be an issue, it wouldn't be a thing at all. So it's one of those interesting things that I find very interesting about playing in this chaotic space between genders. Naruto fan GG2 says, what's your favorite comic book of all time? This one's a really hard one to answer. Obviously, the New Teen Titans by Marvel Wolfman and George Perez and the New Titans comes into this category. Peter David's Young Justice is right up there as well, along with Peter David's Supergirl. Those are like two huge things for me. Then we've also got like the obvious ones like Young Avengers, New X-Men Academy X, Wolverine and the X-Men, Chris Claremont's X-Men. There's too many comics that I love to sort of say, this is my favorite ones, because I love comic books and I've been reading them since the mid-90s. I love so many comics that I can't ever narrow it down to just like one series because there are so many that I love. Like even Seven Soldiers Clarion, that was only 4 issues long. And I love those 4 issues a lot. So I have a lot of comic books I love, and which one I love the most depends on the mood I'm in at that moment and what I need to read. Anime Boy says, who is your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Ralts, Kirlia, and Gardevoir, shortly followed by Pichu, shortly followed by... and loads of people hate this Pokemon, but shortly followed by Incineroar. I just want to say that Sword and Shield have come out and everything I just said is a lie. I am Score Bunny's entire evolution line's bitch now and forever. But now just seems as good a time as any to promote this. Every day for the past 10 days, I've been streaming Pokemon, Sword and Shield on Twitch. I plan to continue these streams till December 31st, at which point my streams won't be daily anymore, they'll just be about 5 times a week. But my streams go from 12 AM UK time till 4 AM. They've actually been a lot of fun because they've allowed me to connect with all of you and actually play games with you. But it won't be just Pokemon that's played on these streams, I also plan on playing DC Universe Online and any other games you guys might want to see me play. This video actually got delayed because I was adjusting to doing these streams every day, so I am sorry about that. But please come along because while we're playing games, we don't just talk about the games, we also talk comic books, we talk occultism, we talk everything I've ever spoken about on this channel. You know, no topics really off limits, so please come along and I can't wait to see all of you there. Enzo Bilasano says, who is your favorite DC character to cosplay? I don't want to get into specifics for this question, but I do have a character that I am cosplaying from DC. In fact, there are multiple characters I'm going to be cosplaying from DC, and you could say I'm going to be becoming these characters. I didn't really think this bit through because now I have to like... Non-Bunneray says, have you seen Young Justice Season 3 yet? And if so, what are your thoughts? No, I haven't. Just to like clarify once again, it's not out in the UK. I was thinking about just using a VPN and getting DC Universe, but also I don't really want to get onto bad terms with DC. I mean, it's sort of like a rock and a hard place here because even if I do watch it, I can't really talk about it on YouTube till it's legally available in the UK. I did hear that it was supposed to come to Netflix the moment it was finished. Is it finished yet? I don't know, but apparently maybe not because it's not on UK's Netflix. So yeah, I can't watch it. I want to, but I can't watch it. I did rewatch the first 2 seasons of Young Justice, and I'm waiting till Young Justice Season 3 comes to the UK to make my video on the first 2 seasons of Young Justice, because those videos are going to go into my Blank Was Blank series. And I can't talk about it until I've seen the 3rd season. And now a word from today's sponsor, me! I've launched an Etsy store where I'm selling varsity jackets based off of Fire Emblem and Pokemon, and I'm gonna expand that if this does well. I have 2 of the jackets here with me. So this is the one based off of the Black Eagles from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. It's a really comfortable jacket. Like, all of these are super, super comfortable. I'm really proud of these because they're super comfortable, super warm. They'll do you really well for the winter or autumn if your country has that. I really can't express how much I love these jackets and how proud of them I am. And then this one is a Score Bunny jacket based off of Score Bunny from Generation 8 of Pokemon Sword and Shield. And if that Score Bunny one does well, I will be expanding to include Grookey and Sobble and any other Pokemon I just feel like making designs of. And just to answer 2 questions I know I'm going to get, yes, I am going to be doing international shipping, so it does not matter where in the world you live, you can buy from my Etsy. Number 2, you can pay in any currency. So say like your country has dollars, you can pay in dollars. Just because it displays in pounds doesn't mean you can't pay in dollars. It will convert it at checkout for you. I've never done merch before. I think I briefly had merch like hosted by an online website a few years back, but I never got to see it in person. I never got to like hold it. So when I wanted to approach doing merch again, I was like, I really just do not want anything that says ItsSuperEffective on it and that's it, which is what I had before. Now I want something that looks fashionable, but people can still wear it and display their fandoms. And that's what I wanted my jackets, my hoodies, my whatever I make to be, a celebration of the fandoms that this channel represents. So thank you guys all for supporting me so far and getting me to this point where I can justify having merch. Virgil says, who should direct the MCU's X-Men films? Personally, I kind of feel like we should have a no-name director and no-name actors working on the X-Men. Just because they're no-name doesn't indicate a lack of experience or talent, it means they just haven't had a chance to get their name out there yet. I want to see a new voice, I want to see a new approach. You know, while the Avengers is a lot of fun, at the end of the day, it doesn't say much. And to be clear, that doesn't take away from the quality of these movies. The point of them isn't to say something. The point of them is to have a good time. But the X-Men should say something. You shouldn't leave that movie the same person you were when you went in. Like, you should be fundamentally changed in a way, because that's what the X-Men is all about. And I don't necessarily know a director other than Alejandro Jodorowsky who could pull that off. And I don't really see Jodorowsky doing an X-Men movie. So I kind of feel like we need a no-name director and no-name actors that can like handle that kind of weight. Senev_B says, are you in a good place mental health wise? So gonna be deep for a moment here. I'm in a much better place I was over this summer. I cannot emphasize that. This summer, or most of this year, was hard for me. Like, I didn't upload from January right through to like August. It was hard. I dealt with a lot and I came out like a changed person. Loads of people have been saying like, you come across different in your videos. This is better, but you come across very different. You're clearly having fun again. And it's true, I'm having fun again. I'm falling in love with YouTube all over again. But through all of October, I did have to like take a moment to sort of find myself and sort of find my footing. I threw myself into YouTube again and it was a little bit too much too quickly. A little bit too much too quickly. So now I'm gonna upload like maybe once every other week, maybe once a week if I can, but I'm not gonna like pressure myself to be like, I need to have a video out by Sunday, every Sunday, because like that's what puts me into the bad place. I don't want to be in a bad place. You guys don't want to see me in the bad place. Let's not do that. Let's just have fun. And that's what I'm focusing on, to having fun. So to answer your question, in a roundabout way, I'm doing well because I'm understanding who I am. It's super effective! Okay guys, that is it for today. So do you have any questions for my next Q&A video? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also, what do you think of the jackets? Please let me know. Also, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, do all of my social links. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon if you want to support the show. Just $1 gives you early access to my videos. But for now, my name is Fast. This has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.